Hello, today's review is Buchanan's Deluxe 12-year-old blended Scotch Whisky. Blended Scotch Whisky, Buchanan's. Been around a long time. It's an old brand. It's owned by Diageo. Popular in South America. You can buy it in the United States. I don't think it's available in Canada. Not expensive. I'm always on the hunt for an affordable blended Scotch whiskey. Johnnie Walker Black Label, excellent stuff. Chivas 12, not bad. But both of those, the prices are somewhat creeping up depending on where you live. In New Brunswick, Canada, a bottle of Johnnie Walker Black Label is now $52. Outrageous. In Los Angeles, you can get a bottle for $25. Very reasonable. But as I said, always on the hunt for an affordable blended Scotch whiskey. So when I was in the United States in Florida, picked up a bottle of this. Label is old-fashioned, unremarkable, but you never know. Could be a good quality blend. Teacher's Highland Whiskey for years and years was affordable, reasonable, and good value for money. Lately, Teacher's is not as great as it used to be. So, let's try it. Getting the cap off on Buchanan's when I first bought the bottle was not easy. It was actually really on tight, and it had a whole bunch of plastic reinforcement. The next surprise when I first poured myself a dram was that it's got a bit of a jigger device on the top, which frankly was not impressive. On the nose. You know, at first there's a little bit of alcohol wafting up. You get past that, kind of, I don't know what to say, it's a little annoying. You get past that, you've got some dandelion, a little bit malty, sweet grain. You know you're dealing with a blend. On the palate, sweet, very sweet grain, malty, some stale oak. This is not a sherried whiskey. It's not peated. And on the finish, you're left with, I'm going to try to be nice. Stale cigarette smoke. Extremely grainy. Think, in grainy, when I say a blended Scotch whiskey is grainy, some people don't know what I'm talking about. And maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but to me, a grainy taste, flavor profile in a blended Scotch is going to deliver caramelized onion notes. Think of you're making a steak, you've got some fried onions, adding some butter in or oil, and it gets kind of golden, almost blackened. Great with a steak, not good with a whiskey. The finish, again, I'm going to try. Stale cigarette smoke again, a matinee. Maybe a little bit of pomegranate. It's oniony. It's grainy. It's disappointing. I've been drinking this bottle on and off for a month. I've tried it in different moods. Made sure that I haven't eaten any spicy food beforehand. Tonight, haven't had a meal or a drink before this for about 4 hours. This blended Scotch whiskey is a disappointment. And what surprises me is that if you go online, there are some reviews, and they're quite positive, and I guess to each his own. But what is really shocking is that the San Francisco World Spirits Competition awarded this whiskey in 2013 gold, in 2012 a gold medal, in 2011 silver, 2010 another gold medal. I cannot understand how this would get a gold medal for anything. It's very popular in Central and South America, probably because it's so damn hot down there. They toss in a bunch of ice and who knows what, probably 7-Up. This is not as good as Cutty Sark, and it's a real disappointment. If you're looking for an affordable blended Scotch whiskey, don't buy this simply because it's cheap. It really disappoints. Accurate smoke on the finish. This is the drink of hobos. I can't get over that oniony, grainy, rubbing alcohol flavor that leaves me with a feeling of motion sickness or reaching for a sickness bag on an airplane. Really, stay away from this. I don't have anything positive to say, and on top of that, I was reading the packaging, which is always good for a wild tale. They write, and I don't have my glasses with me, so I'm struggling to read this. Get this. Buchanan spiritual home is Dalwhinnie Distillery in the heart of Scottish Highlands, the highest distillery in Scotland. Dalwhinnie Distillery produces a gentle Highland malt whiskey. Dalwhinnie 15-year-old single malt Scotch is a classic. It's a great single malt. To utter the words Dalwhinnie and Buchanan in the same sentence is blasphemy. This is crap. Dalwhinnie is a fine single malt. And I think it's really misleading and deceptive to even kind of ride on the great reputation of Dalwhinnie with this whiskey. I mean, it's not illegal, but it's kind of deceptive. You might think, I really like Dalwhinnie, therefore I might like this. Kind of like if you like Teacher's Highland Cream, the core malts at one time at least were Ardmore and Glendronach. And if you go to, Glendronach or Ardmore, they're great single malts. And then you think, well, maybe I'll try them in Teacher's. Teacher's is still hints at the greatness of those single malts. This does not hint at the greatness of Dalwhinnie. This hints at the greatness of car sickness in a taxi in Thailand. I'm going to go at that point. What you want to take away is Buchanan's 12, avoid at all costs. You get what you pay for sometimes. And what I paid for this, well, I got what I deserved. Cheers.